Yeah.
All right, guys, we are here in the automotive area of Montana Tech Highlands College. We're going to talk to Jerry Stewart now about the programs that are offered here and some of the things that you need to know if you're considering a career in automotive technology. And so, Jerry, thanks for talking with us today.
Sure.
All right, and so tell me a little bit more about your program here. You've been teaching here for quite some time now.
Yes, I've been here for 6 years, and when I got here, it was a 1-year certificate program. And now it's a 2-year certificate. Well, we went from certificate to a degree program.
Oh, cool.
But that wasn't the reason. We weren't worried about a certificate versus a degree. At 1 year, we just couldn't teach enough of the vehicle.
Right.
I mean, we really can only cover about half the vehicle. And so what we've added in that second year, you got to have all the basics. You got to go through and learn how to use meters, got to learn how to use lap scopes, learn how to do electrical work. Electrical's huge right now.
Yeah.
Everything is computers, tons of communication wires between the computers. We have to understand the communication dialogue between the computers so we can troubleshoot them. We have to go in and be able to, find open shorts, find all the electrical stuff, but we still got to fix the mechanical stuff. So we have to have time to take the engines in and out, to take the engines apart, put them back together. We have to take the transmissions in and out and practice that, take them apart, put them back together so we understand how they work. If we understand how they work, we can diagnose them. So we literally do every part of the car. In the second year, we've added a little diesel program where we do Power Stroke.
Nice.
Yeah, we do Duramax, we do Cummins, and that's real popular, in the pickups, right? So we go through a little diesel segment, and we have those engines here where we tear them apart and put them back together, so they get able to do that. And we also have added a little bit of hybrid to the program.
Oh, good. Yeah. That's the future, right? You got to keep up with the technology.
There's more hybrid out there than a guy would think, and those, the guys that got out into the field prior to those coming out never really got any training on them. So it's really good to start that training here so that, especially if they go to a company like Toyota, they have a lot of hybrids. They've got some idea how those systems work. But one of the things that we're struggling with is in this industry, most of the technicians are between the age 40 and 55 and beyond to retirement. And a big segment between 50 and 55. Only 2% of the technicians in the market are between 18 and 24. 2%.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of guys that are aging and not nearly as many coming in. And it's been taught in the public schools to the point where the students are confused. They think they have to get a 4-year education.
Right.
That's not true. I mean, we need people in this business that can work on cars, that can be electricians, can be plumbers, can be machinists, can be welders, can be building contractors, to build buildings. We need workers in the field, and especially in the automotive field.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we're pushing hard, and we have a brand new program that we've just reached out to the high schools, and we're reaching out to the high school instructors because they are struggling with their programs. So we're reaching out to see, as Montana Tech, what can we do to help them? And CarQuest has came and sponsored our program.
Oh, awesome.
And so through that sponsorship, they're helping us reach out to the high school programs, and they're trying to get more people into the high school so that we can get them here, and then we're trying to build a mentorship with the basic automotive shops from here. So when they leave here, their training doesn't stop. They go to a shop that would be affiliated with us, that would continue their learning process for at least 1 or maybe 2 more years. And so we would go from high school to our level, post-secondary, into a mentorship or apprenticeship type program. We're working on that. We started January this year, and we're having an assessment meeting with all the high school instructors have been invited that have an automotive program in Montana.
Oh, excellent.
April 14th, I believe, is the date that we're going to have that here. So we're going to try to see what they need, see how we can help them from CarQuest and from Montana Tech, and see if we can get more people in the field. That's what we're trying to do.
Excellent. So you're creating that bridge that you need to get some of the kids interested in this. As far as the cost, because I think that's another thing too that's overlooked, is when you typically when you graduate from a 4-year college, you got a lot of debt when you graduate. What's the comparison between a 4-year degree when you graduate as far as debt goes?
Let's ask Matt. Matt, what are you going to be in this after?
As soon as I graduate, I'll have
2 years.
nothing as far as debt's concerned. I
So
paid
you're
out of pocket. It's affordable. $1,800 a semester, if that. It's super easy, super affordable. Unlike the 4 years where you're taking out loans for tens of thousands of dollars just for a semester.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When
no,
you
we
come
know
here,
that from
it's affordable.
experience.
It's not like, oh, it's just a cheap degree. No, what you're getting for the dollar is phenomenal. So it's an excellent deal. So.
And you're also, when you're taking this course, you're also able to get a job that is involved in the same thing that you're doing here. I mean, he could technically, even though he's not graduated, he could get a job in a garage right now with what he's learned so far, and he's not even graduated yet. So the job placement is really good for the trades right now.
Everybody in the field out there is looking for technicians. Everybody. It's huge. And you don't have to just be a technician. That's what everybody don't understand.
Right.
You could be a technician, you could be a service manager, you could be a service writer, you can be a business owner, you can go to work for companies like Fastenal because you know the bolt industry and some things like that. You can go in, we also added a parts program. So we're teaching our students how to look up parts, how parts departments work, and so they would be able to go here and go right into the parts programs as well. Work for Napa, CarQuest, whatever, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of different avenues that you can go from here that's not just an automotive facility.
Right. And what would you say is the starting salary? Because I think anymore, a lot of, and I think I've seen this in the past, a lot of kids go into the engineering programs for the money.
Right.
What would you say is a starting salary for someone who graduates with a degree in this program?
It depends on what part of the country you're in. Montana is going to pay a little less than other places, but usually you're starting with your basic skill set and your basic tools.
Right.
So you're going to be somewhere in that $12 to $15 an hour range. However, with that being said, there's technicians in Bozeman right now making over $100,000 a year.
Woo.
Technicians.
Yeah.
And you don't just have to be a technician, like we said. You can be a service manager. Service manager jobs, I'm going to say, range around $75,000 a year, somewhere in that realm. And of course, business owners is whatever you make out of it.
Oh, yeah.
But we have national trainers. I have friends that are national trainers that make over $150,000 a year.
Nice.
I know national trainers. I know a lot of guys that write magazine articles for, your major, like Motor Age and that sort of thing. We deal with those kind of people all the time. And so it just depends on where you're at in the industry. You're going to start at the basement.
Right.
And it's what you put into it from there.
To build it up.
Yep, but a very good friend of mine, like I said, the trainer makes over $150 a year. I got another good friend with Bosch that makes well over $100,000 a year that basically started out as a tech, got his degree, and actually got a doctorate in automotive.
Excellent.
And now he is the head of Bosch's training.
Very
so
good.
Bosch, very, very big company. So, the sky's the limit. Depends on what you want to do.
Exactly.
And I've actually been talking to Matt, trying to talk him into becoming an instructor because we have a huge deficit of vocational instructors and high school instructors for automotive. Huge deficit. And so we're trying to put together a program here, even it's not done yet, that we could run you through at least a year of automotive and a year of welding, and then you would have to finish whatever the other stuff was for a teaching degree,
right.
which some of that would be at the North Campus and some of it might have to be over in Dillon or something like that, right, to finish that up. So you'd have a teaching degree, a year of automotive, and a year of welding. And that's something that we're trying to do, because what we found is a lot of the automotive instructors are tasked with teaching automotive, have never had an automotive course in their life in high school, never had one. And they don't have any tools and no knowledge of the subject and no curriculum. And so that's why we're having the needs assessment program, so that maybe we can put together a training here at least once a year to help train the automotive instructors and how and what they need to do. And so we're working on that, but boy, there's a huge need for instructors out there. And Matt does a really, really good job with students. I've taken him up to Butte High, and he's worked with those students, and I mean, he's very professional that way. So
that's good
to
hear.
We'll see if we can talk into it.
Well, so definitely, if you like to teach or work with kids or be a mentor, because that's really huge. If you've got a young person with a mentor who's got that encouragement, they go a long way.
It does.
So, yeah.
And when you're in high school, I know when I was there, we didn't get a lot of direction. You know, it's okay, you're 18, go to work. Well, where? I'm not qualified to do anything. I can't get a job, you know, unless I know somebody. And if I do get a job, I'm not qualified to do it. I need training.
Right.
And so this is a great place to get started, you know, in a career for sure.
Good job. All right. Well, thank you, Jerry. And we're going to continue to walk through the school
Absolutely.
and try and get some more information for people that are interested in getting into the program, because there are a lot of misconceptions about the trades. You know, that it's, you know, just a dirty job, that they're jobs that are needed right now in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
There's a huge gap right
Travel
now.
anywhere. You can go anywhere in the United States and get a job being an automotive technician. Say that about any other trade. It's not, you know, not necessarily true about every position out there, but you can go. I have friends in Alaska that all they do is fly from fishing village to fishing village, working on power strokes and things like that. The oil companies have whatever. I mean, they make a ton of money, and they come back to the, you know, to wherever they live and spend 2 weeks, and then they go back to Alaska and fly out to the fishing village to make a ton of money.
It's a skill you can take anywhere.
Yeah, it's a skill you can take anywhere. I mean, it really is, and you can go to any city in not just the United States, in the world.
Yeah.
You know, in the world. So it doesn't limit you to where you want to live.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good. All right.